Trying to fix the Instagram stream. Hold on one second. All right, I got to remember to step back because I'm the loudest in the room. All right, everyone, welcome to Phygital Nights here at Lieb & Lizard in Hilliard, Ohio. It is Phygital because we are here physically in the bar having a great time, and you are out there in digital land. So if you're out there in digital land and within, let's say, an hour and 15 minutes, and you want to sign up for our open mic competition, which you can win $25 gift card to Lieb & Lizard and a chance to later, perform in the finals and then maybe get a paid 5 to 10 minute set during Lizard Palooza, which is June 19th through the 21st. So I went over this through the, people in the bar, but tonight, we got a few things that are a little bit special, a little bit different. Like I said, the open mic competition. We are going to start it off with a pre-recorded podcast today. Normally, I like to do my podcast live, but I really wanted this guest to get on and had to make some scheduling adjustments. So I'm going to go ahead and press play on that. And afterwards, I'm going to hold on. Afterwards, and there's a reason why, but I am going to be ripping a 2025 Top Stadium Club UFC. Not really, what I normally open, normally collect. But our guest today on the podcast is he's into boxing, but he's a fan of UFC, MMA. And I'm working on a special guest coming up. I was trying to get him for the finals, but this special guest that's coming up is booked in Vegas that day, unfortunately. So I'm trying to make some other things work. I have a meeting with that gentleman tomorrow, I believe. So hopefully that goes well and I can figure out a date. It's either maybe going to be the Sunday of Lizard Palooza or that following Tuesday. But I will keep everything, keep everybody informed on that. But, when we come back, I will have this box, opened, ready to show the world what we got. And enjoy this podcast, which was a nice interview with a friend of mine. So I'll be right back. I hit go, and then I'm going to start ripping these packs.
Bad Breaks with Buster Chestnut.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back. We're doing things a little different today for the podcast. I had some scheduling things and really wanted to get today's guest on the podcast. So we're recording this earlier in the day. Hi, later in the day, Buster. Nice to see you again. But anyway, so I've known this man since we were kids. We grew up, my grandma lived down the street from him. We spent many days playing sports, riding bikes, playing video games, trading sports cards, if I do remember.
Yep.
And I'm just going to get into the question, all right? Do you mind? By the way, our first guest, our guest today, his name is Ryan McCoy. So yeah. So Ryan, it's been a minute. I think we lost touch about 8th grade. So let's rewind the tape back to those backyard football days. What is one lucky break or favorite memory that makes you smile today from back when we were kids?
Man, I think that, well, first off, thank you for having me on. It's great to reconnect with you. I know that, it's crazy to think that it's been 35 years, 30 years almost. So thank you for that. But you kind of already said it. We used to. I remember coming over to your grandparents' house and playing basketball out there on your garage. We go across the street and played a lot of football, a lot of baseball, and there's just the things that normal kids do at 9, 10, 11, 12 years old. So I know that when you transferred schools, we just kind of lost touch there for quite some time. But as far as lucky break or favorite memory, really it was just those are the kind of things as you get older you just kind of look back on and just really appreciate, because you realize how time is so valuable and so precious that you just you think that those moments will last forever, and unfortunately they don't.
Yeah. That is, some truth there for sure. We were discussing before we went live, but I was reminded of one of the lesser breaks of a memory. We were playing baseball one day, before the game. We're warming up, and my man Ryan here had a hell of an arm, but he pitched a little too fast for what I was ready to deal with that day, and I caught a fastball off the tip of the glove, right in my lip. Left some stitches that day.
Yeah, I still remember that. That was quite the moment.
Surprised I didn't break a couple teeth in the process. All right, so moving on. I moved away. We lost touch, as we mentioned. But you kept grinding. Eventually, you went on to play football at Walsh College. So going from that backyard sandlot type game, that included such plays as the infamous "oh shit" play, which basically was just a super complicated flea flicker. But it was fun for 11, 12-year-olds to just yell "oh shit" on the lawn of a prestigious country club. Going from that to the collegiate level of the game is a massive jump for sure. What do you think your toughest break or biggest reality check you faced stepping onto the field, and how do you think it helped shape your work ethic?
Well, I'll tell you this much. The biggest difference that you're going to notice at when you go from one level to the next is that, in high school, you for the most part, there's a handful of people, maybe 1 to 2, maybe 4 or 5 people that are fairly decent or good athletes. And that's not to say that, that I was anything special necessarily, but when you step onto the collegiate field, everyone was great and everyone was good at their school. Everyone was, all state, all conference, all leagues, whatever the case may be. So that's a big reality check that, I remember like my very first, I think it was my freshman year. Oh man, it was the craziest story. It was the first day of hitting. I think we were still in just shoulder pads and helmets. And this guy, I was obviously a true freshman. This guy was had just transferred, I think a year or two prior from maybe a Division I school. We were in an IA transitioning to Division II. So we were, had some top level athletes. We had transfers from Ohio State. We had transfers from, other MAC schools that were playing there. And so I remember, again, third day of practice, helmets and shoulder pads only. We're still in shorts. Our starting quarterback, I played defense. Our starting quarterback started as a true freshman. It was a sophomore year. He was a year ahead of me. Our starting tight end was also the same class, and they were both All-Americans a year prior. That's how good they were.
Nice.
Well, as a defensive player, obviously, you in college, you play on one side of the ball. So, we're going offense versus defense and some 7-on-7 drills. and our strong safety, he was a senior. And when I tell you this is the hardest hitting man I've ever seen in my life, it was the hardest hitting man ever. So anyways, they first play of 7-on-7 drills, the tight end comes across the middle on a drag route. And when I tell you I've never seen an explosion happen, it literally opened my eyes to say that this college football is the real deal. When I say he hit this guy so hard, first off, he almost got kicked off the team. That's how hard he hit him. Secondly, I've never seen a helmet explode. His helmet popped off. The guy he hit, his helmet popped off. His chin strap came unbuckled, went flying a separate direction, and every single ear pad and back pad came off the helmet and exploded. That's how hard he got hit. I mean, the defense went crazy. We were loving it. The tight end wasn't really feeling it because I don't think he played for about 4 weeks after that. He was out for concussion protocol for quite some time. And obviously, that being one of your star players, your star athletes, our head coach was not very happy, almost kicked him off the team right then and there. But we still talk about that to this day. So, that was a moment of like, this is the real deal. Like, this ain't no joke. And you got to put in the work and put in the effort.
Yeah. Yeah. To follow up on that, like I went the nerd route. I did not play in college. I went to DeVry. They didn't have a football team. If they did, they would probably lose every game 150-0. But I did go back and I played semi-pro here in Columbus for 3-4 years after that. And it was a regional traveling team. They had, I had teammates that were D1 players. We played against former D1 players. Like, my career basically was over or ended by one of my own teammates. It was a busted play. Running back kind of was coming at me. He was about 250. And then our defensive end, who was he failed out of Kentucky. All right. He was highly recruited for Kentucky. This dude was 6'7", 350. All right. Big, massive dude. So both those players came, the force of, what was it, 600, 700 pounds on my shoulder. Yeah, it was like a grade 3 separation. One of those moments where you're on the field and you're just like, I can't feel my arm. Get me off of this field right now. Yeah. And, when I got off the field and had me on the trainer's table, and they finally got it back into place. And I swear I haven't moaned that loud since. And, had a few experiences where I probably should have moaned that loud. But I digress. But I do enjoy the big hitters for sure. So that's why I played defense, man. I love to hit people and loved seeing people come across the middle as a safety myself. I was fortunate enough to play all 4 years there, 4-year starter, and had a chance to play at the next level as well before I got cut for the Arena Football League out in New York. But it was a pretty neat moment. Nice. Well, dude, I love the sport. I still do. I mean, it definitely may have rattled some things loose up here, but whatever.
Hey, that's the truth right there.
Yep. But all right. So moving on, our little football chit chat took a little longer than I thought. So I apologize. All right. So since college, you've grown up, become a father. I know you're a deeply spiritual guy. You've hosted your own podcast, One Unsilenced Voice, where you talk a lot about resilience and fatherhood. When you face life's inevitable bad breaks, how do your faith and your role as a dad help you hit the reset button and just keep moving forward?
Yeah, well, I mean, I obviously know that this is more of a, I know that you're in the comedy space, so I try not to be too, too kind of downer with this or too into the spiritual realm of this. But for me, in anything in life, it's first and foremost I put God first. He's got to be the center of my life, and that's really where the reset button really comes from. And so I've had, in theory, we all, well, not in theory, but we all face struggles. But in theory, I've had everything that I've ever wanted at one point. All the toys, the nice things, the career that you thought was going to go a certain path. And as quickly as that, you can gain all that, it can be taken from you just as quickly. And so for me, the only thing that was constant through the highs and the lows, specifically the lows, was my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. So saying that, when you are faced with tough trials, tough situations, or even when you think that you have it all and you are, at a point where, everything is great and perfect, you got to give thanks to Jesus and give thanks to him, to hopefully keep you rooted and grounded. But at the end of the day, God is the one person that can also navigate you through those storms as well.
And spirituality, religion, not something I normally, dive too much into. I am kind of a spiritual guy.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of, religion, just, I don't know. But spirituality, I get you for sure. Got to believe in something, right? Right? All right. That was mainly a question to the audience. Okay. So moving on. Let's talk. All right.
Sorry, Josh, you there?
Yep. Can you hear me?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it froze up,
good.
so I apologize.
Good. Okay. So moving on, let's talk about age 42. A lot of guys our age, I'm 43. Are you 43 yet?
I'll be 43 in a few months.
All right. So anyway, most of the guys our age, they're buying recliners, complaining about their knees when it rains, and this guy included. But you decided to get your body back into prime shape and step into the boxing ring.
Mm-hmm.
What was the catalyst that made you start dodging punches for fun? And how did that lead to, the breakthrough of actually winning a belt and fighting in the USA Masters boxing circuit?
As you know, Josh, I've always been competitive. Obviously we go back all the way from, as we mentioned earlier, little kids to high school ball. And obviously I had the opportunity to play past that. So I've always been competitive and always worked, out my whole life. And so, you hit a certain point in for me, I hit a certain point in age where I was, just getting ready to turn 40 and, had been done competitive bodybuilding at one point, played obviously at a high level at one point. And I just wanted to do something different. Like, I really want to try to stay young forever. I know it's impossible. We all get old, but I want to stay as young as I can forever. And if I could figure out if there was something I could take to stay at a certain age for the rest of my life, I'd probably do it. And so I just wanted to test my mind, my body, to push it to limits that it's never been pushed before. And I wish I would have found boxing earlier in life, because it's probably one of the best workouts, if not the best workout, not only physically but mentally as well, because it's one of those sports where you can never master. There's every time you step in the ring, 99% of the time, either you're better than that person, which is going to help the other person. When I'm talking about like sparring or you're going through your practice or whatever, or the other person is better, which is going to push you. And so, again, I just hit 40 and I have always had this rush, always been a big fan of UFC and boxing. And I always wanted to feel that rush of what it felt like to walk into a ring and walk out victorious and have the whole crowd rooting for you. And there's no one else that you can rely on. I mean, obviously boxing is a one-man sport and there's no one there to help you. And so it was all on me. I can't rely on teammates, can't rely on other people. Obviously I got coaches helping me, but at the end of the day, when I step in that ring, all that goes to the wayside and it's just me. And so that was what it was about, to try something different, try something new. And, at that time as well, I was also going through some very tough personal matters. And so it allowed me to kind of clear my mind, focus on something that I could put 100% effort into, and, started fighting and started getting into the ring and took on my first match 6 months after I started, won that, and then just kind of started piling up matches after that. And now I've had 5 I took on my first fight when I was 41. So I started training a little after 40, took on my first fight when I was 41. And then within that whole year, I fought 5 times and I've won 3 belts, one out in Fostoria, out in the Toledo area, one locally in the Canton show. And then I won the National Masters Boxing Tournament out in Las Vegas in February.
Nice. Well, congrats, man. It seems like it's working out. And, sometimes we just need an outlet to get some of life's stressors out. I'm glad you found that in boxing and not just street fighting some dudes.
Yeah. Hey, I'll say this: I actually, believe it or not, I love Jake Paul. I think he's done great for the sport. Great for just bringing a lot of eyeballs back on boxing. But hopefully one day he notices me. I'm at the age where he's got a lot of guys he fights are in their 40s anyway. So I'm looking for that big payday, Jake. If you want to fight me.
Well, I mean, let's work on that. Let's work on that. I do have a couple of connections. You said you were a UFC fan. I got a fun special guest coming up here in a couple of weeks. Got to get the T's crossed and I's dotted. So,
Right.
but stay tuned, man. Might need to make a trip down to Columbus just for this one.
Sounds good.
So, all right, we're going to go ahead and wrap up. Been taking your time, the bar's time, and, the bar probably wants to get to some comedy. So,
Sure.
All right, so last question.
Yep.
You are currently training for this upcoming bout and staying busy with your own show. So as we wrap up today, what's the next break for Ryan McGraw? Quick draw, by the way. I believe my aunt was the first person to call you that. But, the infamous quick draw, Ryan McGraw. What are you looking forward to the most right now, in the ring or out of it? And throw us the date of when your next fight is, if you know that.
July 11th. July 11th in Cleveland. I fight at the LaSalle Theater. And then I fight the following weekend, the 18th and 19th in Michigan, in another tournament out there. So I'll have 3 fights in a week. So looking forward to that. As far as where life takes me, man, listen, I take it a day at a time for the most part. I try not to get too far ahead of myself, but I will say this: I am excited for. Today's the 2nd. I'm excited for June 4th. I get to spend some amazing quality time with my wife in the Dominican Republic. So as of right now, that's the most important thing that I'm looking forward to, and just having some rest and relaxation.
Hey, we all deserve it, brother.
Yep.
We all deserve it. All right. Thank you again for being on here. It was nice to touch base, and hopefully we stay connected this time.
Absolutely, man. It was awesome. Thank you for having me. You're doing awesome things, brother. So I'm glad to hear all as well.
All right. Thank you, man. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this recording. Stay with us, please.
Sounds good.
What up, everybody? Let's go!
Flipping through the packs, chasing down that one of one, yeah. Searching for the grail till the morning sun comes.
Buster!
Hit that monster pull, an impossible play. Change the whole damn game in a major way. We hit that monster pull.
An impossible play!
Change the whole damn game
In a major way! Whoa!
Welcome. I need to remember not to yell. So we're adjusting the secondary camera so that we can go through this mega box of 2025 Top Stadium Club UFC. Because now that you've seen the interview, you understand that my friend that I grew up with is a 42-year-old triple belt holder in boxing. He's also a UFC fan. And, I may have let slip that, I recently started talking to a, somebody that is in MMA, trying to get him secured. We're going to do something sometime. He's going to be on the podcast. Should I let it slip a little bit? All right, I'm going beyond the tease. We're working something out tomorrow. So if you're seeing this and are taken aback, I apologize. Do not break me in half like a... But we're going to be searching for Mark Coleman autographs in this UFC box. Not that I necessarily need to pull a pack-pulled autograph of Mark Coleman, because Mark Coleman is my buddy. All right. And we're going to do special. We're going to have him out here as a guest for the podcast at some point. Hopefully be able to do some autographs. Just trying to get the date nailed down. So stay tuned, especially if you're a fan of MMA, if you're a fan of UFC, if you're a fan of boxing, check out my buddy Brian McCoy. He's defending his bout, or defending his belts coming up. I think all of his upcoming stuff is in early July. So I will share that information as soon as it becomes available. Okay, so we're going to go through this real quick. If I pull a Mark Coleman autograph, I will put it in the prime spot. I'm going to attempt to say some of these names, and fully aware that if this gets to them, it might be lights out for Buster Chestnut. So, all right, real quick. Is there a garage beer sitting somewhere close? Maybe? No. Oh, I'll be right back. All right, before we go through this mega box, I do want to give a cheers to my executive producer, patron of the arts, Steve Merrick. He is a great friend of mine. He has been helping me produce these shows, and help me fulfill my dream, which is, overcoming my fear of stage fright and trying to make you fuckers laugh. But anyway, we're gonna do a 1, 2, 3, and we're all gonna cheers to Steve as loud as we can. And he is gonna come out on the 16th, by the way. So these tables are gonna be full, at least with one person on the 16th. So make sure you come back for the finals for the Road to Lizard Palooza, and you can see Steve. But until then, let's do I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, and then we're gonna say Steve as loud as we can. Ready? 1, 2, 3, Steve. All right, we thank you, buddy. You are definitely a help to our production here, and we would not be here without you. And fun, not that they're a sponsor yet, but when they do become a sponsor, man, I really enjoy drinking garage beer. So if you want to sponsor me, let me know. Holla. All right, one more time. 1, 2, 3, Steve. All right, we love you, brother. All right, I'm going to try and read these names. I'm half blind and don't know anybody in UFC, so this should be fun. Once again, if you're a UFC fighter and I mispronounce your name, please don't kick my ass. I'm a lover, not a fighter. All right. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm not even trying, unless I know somebody. All right, Brian Ortega. That's kind of an easy one. Jamel Hill. I feel like I've heard that name before. Yeah, don't know that guy. Aljamain Sterling. No, that's not a good guy. All right. Yadong Song. I swear to God, his name is Yadong Song. I mean, he looks like he might have some, an abdomen tear, by the way. So he might need to get that looked at. All right. We're gonna still keep going. We got a refractor of Kamaru Usman. Rinya Nakamura. Oh, we got a backwards card. Is it? No, it's not an auto. That is Michael Pereja. Oh, names are so hard. All right. Ariane on the X Factor, which is fun. It's shiny. It's shiny and reflective. All right. We'll set that one aside. All right, we keep going. No, don't know. Jessica, she looks like a badass. All right. I'd want her in my corner, just saying. Molly McCann. Yeah, don't know. Another backwards upside down card. Is this an autograph? It is not. It's a hairy motherfucker. I appreciate this guy's beard. Just, here, hold on. It's a bunch of, all right, Shara Budan Magomedev. No clue. But if you're a fan, let me know. All right, Bruno Ferreira. All right, Derek Lewis. Casey O'Neill. Yeah, don't know you. Yeah. Probably not going to go anywhere. All right, another backwards card. We got another Uzman. That's a parallel. I don't know. It's kind of cool. I like that. All right, we have a Special Forces of Rinya Nakamura. All right, we got a John Jones on the green, it appears. No. All right. Daniel Hooker. Might need to call him later. All right. Yeah, don't know this dude. Nope. Robert Whittaker on the orange. Marcusio Santos. That's a fun image. What I like about Stadium Club is it's like photography specific. So it usually has the coolest pictures. All right. Cameron Sajaman. Yeah. Usman again. Paul Craig. Cyril Gain. Jonathan Martinez. We got a Jiri Perchaka. I don't know. It's a power pack. It looks cool. At least we can have the stream, check that out. Hold on. Move that over a little bit. All right, we're almost there. We are almost there. And, if we don't get a Mark Coleman autograph, do have quite a few Mark Coleman cards coming in the mail, so we will be ready for that. All right, so Bo Nickel, Gabriel Gonfim. Yeah, I don't know any of these people. Maybe I should follow this sport a little bit more before I open pack. Joshua Van. Josh is a pretty cool name. Just I don't know. I might know a person named Josh. One or two. Launa Santos, Colby Covington, and the last card in the box is a Morgan Charrier rookie card. So yeah, we did not pull a Mark Coleman, but hopefully we can, get some Mark Coleman cards there, in the next couple of weeks, and have them ready for you to purchase so that you can get them autographed sometime coming up. All right. As I gather the stuff, is everybody doing all right? Hey, a little quiet out there. I know everybody's bored of my cards, but hey, this segment is brought to you by Buster Chestnut Cards. So I have to do a card theme thing. And I will not apologize for it. But yeah, so once again, this is Phygital Nights. I start the evening with the card thing. I'm sorry with the interview thing. I'm sorry. Whatever. I know I'm self-deprecating. That's part of my bit. Amber. Shh. All right. So we're going to get our actual professional comedian showcase going here. Tonight, I went a little bit, kind of a younger comedian lineup than, I've tried before. So hopefully I don't, get, aged out here because there are definitely some up and comers, some people that have done some cool shit. So first of all, if he's ready, we're going to listen up, everybody. Our next comic is originally from Long Island, but somehow made the wildly questionable decision to become an Ohio transplant. I don't know what kind of mafia witness protection program drops your ass in the Midwest, but here the fuck we are. He recently survived being a guest on Help I'm High and Can't Get Down podcast, and he's funny as shit. So put your hands together and make some noise for Josh Ostroff.
How we doing, lizards? Oh, we got some lizards up in here. I don't know if you could leap, though. You guys are sedentary lizards. Does anyone else think that Steve is his imaginary friend?
It feels like it, doesn't it?
I don't believe that guy's real. Yeah. Buster Chestnut fucked my mom.
Allegedly.
That's he buzzed. He's my daddy, yeah. He busted his nut all over her chest. That's how he got the name. Isn't it cool that he reads out baseball cards at the start of the show? That really hypes everyone up, right? Right?
Yeah.
Like, I to read out some names. They were killed in the Holocaust. That should lighten the mood, right? No, I won't do that. I'll do jokes. How about that? You guys want jokes? You want some comedy? Is that what you guys pay for? These lizards, they love comedy. They love comedy. Look at these fucking lizards. You guys got scales. Fuck. Oh, yeah, or those bullet wounds. Fucking Vietnam, never forget. But, speaking of wars, we got this shit with Iran, right? We got the fucking... They're talking about bringing back the draft. I heard recently that if you... Fuck, yeah, that's all I care about, draft beer. Fucking give it up for draft beer, everybody. Fucking America. Draft beer. Put that in my asshole. Fuck. Leaping lizards, we're really doing it here. But the thing about the draft, they say that if you're in college... You could actually, if you get drafted, they'll let you wait till the end of the semester until you have to go to war, which is weird logic because they're like, yeah, we're okay with you dying in a war, but we really wouldn't want you to have to retake intro to film. We won't have to fuck up your credits. The gen eds, you gotta get your gen eds right before you get your head blown off. Weird logic. Leaping lizards, how we doing? Oh yeah, leaping lizards. These lizards be leaping. We got some. All they care about is draft beer. We should have like what? Oh, shit, the bourbon. You guys got Henny? I need me some Henny. A Vietnam vet like me needs me some Henny. Do I even do... All right, I'm going to keep doing jokes. Yeah. I was at Target the other day. And I realized there's like a lot of women at Target. I was at Target, and there was a lot of women there. And then I realized like men don't really hunt anymore, but women still gather. Like they go in debt to gather. They have gathering addictions. Women gathering. They fucking give it up for the bourbon selection here, folks. You guys marry any whores? Has anyone raise a hand? Did you marry a whore? Raise them high. Have you married a whore in your life? No? All right. Well, this joke won't hit as hard then. Because some men, they marry whores and they think, hey, how much fun has, my girlfriend or wife had before me? They get insecure about that. And if you are one of those guys, here's a horrifying fact. For every for every penis your girl has consumed, she's encountered twice as many balls. Fuck. Yuck. The balls add up quick. They really... I don't care about a lady's body count. I care about her ball count. I only have sex with chicks that have only been with eunuchs. Straight dick, no balls. How come no one's playing pool? The fuck, guys? You guys got the fucking tennis elbow? All right. Leaping Lizards, how we doing? How we doing? Leaping Liz. But you guys ever run into like any like snotty ass kids? Yeah, you're just like a kid, just really fucking snotty. What the fuck is up with this kid? He's snotty. I ran up with this kid. He was, like you'll be going through like a grocery store and then like a kid will just laugh at you because you're pushing a cart. And it'll crush you. It's just a snotty ass kid. And I'm like, I'm above hitting women, but not children. I want to have sex with women, so I won't hit them, but I don't want to fuck kids. I will. You are lucky that I do not want to fuck you because now I'm going to punch you. I'm going to. People throw these terms out. They throw out weird terms. A term I recently heard, conventionally attractive. People will be like, I'm cute, but I'm not conventionally attractive, which just means you're ugly. You're saying the consensus says I'm not attractive, but there's some weirdos that think I'm attractive. It'd be like if you're like, oh yeah, shit. Doesn't conventionally taste good. It's got a good... Dude, these guys writing my joke. These lizards, man, they're funny. The fucking lizards, man, they get out of here, man. No, but I heard that if you think I heard this recently, if you think someone's attractive, it's actually because subconsciously they look like you, kind of, and that if you like someone, there's a higher chance they like you back because they also look like you look like them. It's like some weird, narcissist thing. Yeah, I've heard that. So I guess I look like Indian women. Like what the fuck? All right. I want to make love to this audience. Yeah, I want to fucking raw dog this lizard. Lizards don't use protection that we know of. Buster Chestnut has never used a condom in his life. Allegedly. I thought he was older than he was. I'm not gonna lie. I thought he was like fucking 64. I thought that home blood was 64. He's 43. He said he had diabetes, so diabetes adds like 20 years, I guess. I don't know. There's the light. We're gonna keep it going though. We're gonna keep it going, Buster Chestnut. If there's anything I want you to take from my set, it's this. You gotta fuck more. You gotta fuck more. You gotta fuck more. People, they get in their heads. They're all worried about the world. The politics and whatnot. You need a little release from that. You need a fucking, like, imagine you bring home just a hot piece of ass every night. Just a hot chunk of meat. I know this guy does. Are you gonna roll over in your bed and be like, tariffs? I didn't even think about pussy and ass. Fucking gonorrhea copays still cost the same. What are we importing gonorrhea copays from China? All right, we've been the leaping lizards. We've been leaping. Now let's leap to our next comic, and bringing him up on stage is the one in Buster Chestnut. Everybody,
All right, thank you, Josh. Keep it going. I don't want to talk about Josh's too much because I know a couple allegedly. Okay. So, do you want me to even put the mic stand back up, or you just want me to hand it to you? That's your preference. Yeah, okay. All right. So, we're going to keep things going. Keep that energy up or get it going even further. So, next up to the mic is a killer comic who survived raising actual livestock just so that she could come to Hilliard and deal with a completely different breed of farm animals tonight. Yeah, that's you guys. We've been kicking around the stage name Farmer Tess for a while now. So let's take that shit for a ride tonight. Give it up for your Farmer Tess, a.k.a. the hilarious Tess Trinoskey.
Give it up for Buster Chestnut, everyone. What's up, you animals? Gonna wrangle you guys. Oh my gosh. How are we doing tonight? We finna get lit tonight, lizards. Yes. Woo! Okay, I'll see you at Target, Josh. See you at Target. Anyone dating in here? You're married though, right? Oh hell yeah, where do you go? That's amazing. Give it up for them, everyone. It's amazing. Don't you guys hate? Like, I'm not dating because, like, don't you guys hate when you give like an emo kid a chance? And they're freaking out. You like have no idea what to do. So you gotta like turn on Yo Gabba Gabba to try to calm them down. Okay, yeah, nobody gets that one. That one's gotta go to the trash. Thank you. You guys hear about Harold and the Purple Crayon? Yeah? My dad said this crowd wouldn't know, but I gotta like work with that. Harold and the Purple Crayon. Anyone hear about it? Yeah. That's how I write my jokes, with the purple crayon. Okay, that one got a laugh. Okay. Cool. So anyone else dating? Any daters, lizards? Okay, we're just a bunch of losers here tonight. Woo! Okay, cool. I'm not dating because I think we can all agree erectile dysfunction has just gotten out of hand in this country. I mean, nobody is safe. We need to do something about it, you guys. With that being said, I've been having trouble getting hard recently. It's just been so hard getting it up in the bedroom, My mom says ED runs in the family. I didn't think it was going to catch me. All right. Okay. There's just a little rant there, Yeah, it's just like a mind twister, I don't know what the hell to do with that. What was I talking about? Oh, anyone have step siblings here? Yeah? How many step siblings do you have? Thank you. Perfect. So when you go to Thanksgiving, do you mind your business? Yeah. I've been trying to mind my business lately, but it's been hard. Yeah, what the fuck? Mind your business, you know? My stepbrother's got a vasectomy. I know, lucky me. Cool, guys. This is going great. I'm having so much fun right now. This is the best. Thank you. Thank you. Anyone have any hobbies here? We're all nerds. Video games. Fortnite. Let's go! Give it up for Fortnite and the Hennessy. Bourbon, yes. Yes. I have a hobby. My friends and I, we really enjoy luring boys over from Tinder to try to tickle them. We call ourselves the Tickle Team. I personally call myself Tickle Jones. So watch out, everybody. Tickle Jones might be in the building tonight. It's a little early. Oh. Yeah, that one usually kills it. Anyone like Sullivan Ave? You guys been to Sullivan Ave? Yeah, like in the hilltop? No? No Sullivan Ave's here? You know where it is? My mom lives 2 blocks away from there. I was there this weekend. And it really brought me back to my childhood, you know? Like, my dad used to take me there when I had a bad day at school to, like, watch the hookers. You know? I don't know why I did that. Do you guys have any idea? You guys know? I still can't for the life of me figure it out, you know? Okay. That one's okay. Okay, thank you. I was at the ketamine clinic. Anyone here done ketamine? Let's go. Okay, hell yeah. Give it up for ketamine and Hennessy, everybody. I was at the ketamine clinic. I was talking to this bald man for like 3 hours. Really? Oh my gosh. My nightmare. And he means to tell me it's $800 for a ketamine session. I was like, $800? I could just go down to Ketamine Keith down the block, do that shit in nature. I don't gotta be strapped to no goddamn chair. I'll take my business elsewhere. Thank you very much. $800. What's your guys' craziest purchase, lizards? Other than Hennessy? A Corvette? That's really cool, actually. Do you do anything with the Corvette? You guys go to car meets? You street racing? Yeah. That's really cool. Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah. Yeah, that's really cool. Like, this is kind of a tangent, but like I did car meets when I was younger, and there's a thing called a pole. You guys know what a pole is? Where like they'd like all slow down like 60 miles an hour, and they would just like let it go, and would just like you'd shoot it out, you know? You guys, you know, like the car, like it would just like yeah, like you'd all race, like you'd all go at 60 miles. You'd like put in this like gear. I don't drive. Yeah, and then you like, and then like they'd be like go, and then all the cars would race each other on the highway. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. You guys ever like run from the police? That was a lot of fun too, you know? Yeah. Yeah, it's a big rush. Same with tickling people. You get a big rush from it. You know. A little bit, yeah. I'm innocent. Yeah, my dad's 67. Really? No, like my parents are old. Yeah, we actually pretty sure my dad has dementia. He didn't tell us about it. We think he forgot. You know? So yeah. It's a hard time for the family now with vasectomies at 20 years old. How much time do I have left, Buster? Okay. Cool. Hell yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, but my parents are old. My mom's on the third marriage. Any third timers here? Any third timers?
Still on the first one.
That's a good thing. You know, I was at an open mic and someone was like kind of judgmental. They were like, I said, any third timers out there? And they were like, not that anyone wanted to admit that. I was like, okay, bitch, I guess you're on the 7th. I guess we know now, you know, okay. Yeah. It's like, okay, bitch. I don't call people bitch a lot. That was a risk I took tonight. I'm really glad I took it, you know. Taking a lot of risks. I was at DC doing stand-up. I'm just gonna, you know, people think I'm autistic because I talk about like napping at monuments and stuff. I'm not autistic. I'm autistic. And let's give it up to our toast. Buster Chestnut, let's go. Give it up for him, me, and the Hennessy.
All right, definitely keep it going for Tess. All right, I did notice the, streaming issues. So everybody out there that's actually still watching, I'm going to restart the stream here in a minute just so that we can get top quality, production for our headliner and our open mic performers. There is still time, and we're about halfway full on the open mic sign up. So we have about 5 spots remaining. So get down here and sign up for your chance to win $25 gift card care of Bailey Digital Media and our executive producer, Steve. So we're going to take maybe 5-10 minute break. We're going to reset up the stream and, bear with us. We'll see you back on the flip side. All right. Thank you.